UnderDog Fantasy has basically been free money for us recently. We have been absolutely dominating. Last week alone, I put up 5 picks and I hit every single one of them. My name is Angelo. This is We Want Picks, and I'm going to give you my UnderDog Fantasy picks for UFC Vegas 93. If you don't know what UnderDog Fantasy is, it's daily fantasy. You come in here, you click higher or lower than the numbers you see on the screen, and if you're correct, you can make some very real money. It's a ton of fun, it's super easy, and they will give you free money to play. The only thing you need to do is go to wewantpicks.com/underdog, use promo code WWP, and they will instantly match your deposit. If you give them $20, they'll give you $20. If you give them $100, they will give you $100 instantly that you can use to build an entry. Go to wewantpicks.com/underdog, use promo code WWP, and get your free money. I'm going to go ahead and build a UFC Vegas 93 entry. This is all sports though. You can see all the different sports across the top. You can scroll to the right to get even more from there. Right off the rip, first thing that you're going to want to do when you're watching this video, when you log in, when you create your account and you're ready to go, you're ready to build an UnderDog Fantasy entry, you might as well grab the free promos. These promos here, this is saying Scotty Schaefer has a half of a stroke or more than a half a stroke. If he swings that golf club one single time and it hits a ball, you get paid. Add this to your entry. It'd be insane not to. I'm going to remove this from mine only because by the time you're watching this, I don't know if that's still available or not. But if that promo is there, make sure you add it. It's basically just free money and free juice to your entry. Let's go ahead and build the entry that I've already built. If you're a premium member, you have seen this. If you're not a premium member, I mean, what are you doing? Go to wewantpicks.com and become one. Right off the rip, we got Ikram Aliskerov. The reality is he's going to blow through Antonio Tricoli. He's going to blow right through him. The problem is I don't necessarily know how or when. Askarov's very good. He hits hard. He can wrestle. He can do all the things, and he should absolutely dominate this fight. But he is fighting somebody who's been out for 3 years. There's too many questions here. If there was just a finish line, like over half a finish, I would do them more there. But there's not just a finish line. You have to pick the specific finish, a knockout or a submission. So I'm going to leave that alone. But what I do like here with the Tatsuro Taira line is the higher than 15 fight minutes. The reality is Tatsuro Taira isn't a wild finisher. He has some finishes. He's able to catch some people, snatch some things up. But Alex Perez is going to be the most accomplished fighter he has ever fought, the most experienced fighter he has ever fought. And Alex Perez is also not an insane finisher. So we have two guys that when they fight super high level competition aren't necessarily blowing right through them. Two guys that have opposing styles. Alex Perez is going to be looked to keep this standing. Tatsuro Taira is going to look to get this to the ground. I think we have a fight that likely goes 25 minutes, but certainly past 15 minutes. So we're going to do the higher on fight minutes. Timothy Kwamba, the reality is he probably wins by finish here. So if you want to take that shot and you want to get the chili pepper here, it's going to juice your line 1.2 times. You can go for that. I like the other side. I think Almeida can have some success here as well. I'm picking that other side. But if you look at the sports book and you look at the odds and you look at what's going on there, they think that Timothy Kwamba is going to win this fight. And then you look at the round line and the odds there, you can make some other decisions. I'm not going to do that. If we look at Miles Johns, I think that fight essentially goes to a decision. But if we work our way down to his opponent, we have a better line that we'll talk about. Tagir Ulanbekov, I am going to go higher than 2.5 takedowns. I understand how good Josh Van is. I know this is going to be a good, close fight. Josh Van could potentially win. But Tagir Ulanbekov is going to get a handful of takedowns on his way. I do not imagine it's going to be very hard for him to get 3 takedowns. Now, whether those takedowns matter, whether he gets control time, whether Vegas cares that he got the takedowns is a different story. Will he get them? I think so. Over 2.5 takedowns for him. Asu Almabayev, listen, I think he absolutely blows through Jose Johnson, but I don't know if it's going to be a wild, dominant decision like his last fight. I don't know if he will snatch up a submission. I don't know. So we're going to leave that alone. Garrett Armfield, if I know anything about Garrett Armfield, it's that A, he wants to be a meme guy. His entire Twitter is just memes. He literally photoshops himself into things, tweets them, and just praise to God you retweet it, praise to God you share it, and he just wants to be a meme. I don't know why, but he wants to be a meme. And the second thing I know about him is he's not finishing anybody. So we're going to do lower than 0.75 finishes here. That is, quite frankly, my most confident leg of this entry because Garrett Armfield's not finishing anybody. And his opponent, Brady Highstand, is crazy durable. We saw in his last fight, he's not a quitter. He's very durable. He'll continue to move forward. He'll continue to make stuff happen. So Garrett Armfield's not finishing Brady Highstand. Win or lose, it's not going to be by finish. Garrett Armfield lower than lower than half a finish at 0.75 times your money. I will take that. Obviously, they know that's not the case, so you're not going to double your money there, but 0.75, I will take it. I fully understand that it's basically a gimme. If you look at Douglas Silva de Andrade, almost a similar story. Miles Johns is very tough. Miles Johns is very durable. Douglas Silva de Andrade, I don't think he's finishing Miles Johns. Douglas is also very durable. So if you're more confident in the fact that this fight goes the distance, then scroll up and grab Miles Johns 14.99 minutes and do the higher. But I'd rather take a little more comfort in knowing that I don't think Douglas Silva de Andrade is finishing Miles Johns. And then the last one we will look at here is Josephine Knutson. Listen, her opponent, Palastri, is very good. Much better than people, much better than the odds, much better than she's getting credit for being. With that being said, she does struggle to defend takedowns, and Josephine Knutson is going to shoot takedowns. I like the higher than 2.5 takedowns. Palastri is tough. Palastri is a good striker. Josephine Knutson is also a good striker, but a very smart fighter who has worked in takedowns many times before. So the fact that she's fighting another striker, the fact that there is a wild gap in the wrestling, I think Josephine Knutson is going to shoot takedowns, get takedowns, and she should get past this 2.5 number. Here is my entry. We've already built it, so let's go ahead and take a look at it. We have Douglas Silva de Andrade lower than a half of a finish, meaning he's not going to win by finish. We have Garrett Armfield lower than a half a finish, meaning he is not going to win by finish. We have Josephine Knutson to get more than 2.5 takedowns, Tagir Ulanbekov to also get more than 2.5 takedowns, and then Tatsuro Taira to fight past the 15-minute mark. As long as the 4th round starts, we are good there. I always do the insurance payout. Always. To me, it's MMA. It's a fist fight. Anything could happen. I'd rather have that little bit of cushion, give up some of that payout. We do this every single week, and we're just cleaning up. So if it means I make $15, $20 less dollars or fewer dollars, but it actually hits, I'd rather do that. So this is my entry. If you like my entry, great. If you hate it, that's fine too. Get your free money. Go to wewantpicks.com/underdog. Use promo code WWP and get your free money.